Hi, I'm Professor Mark Stewart, and this video is a short video that's designed to help you, the student, be successful with taking an online class. Not everybody is used to taking an online class, but it's something that's becoming more and more common. And I've been teaching online classes for many years now, so I thought I'd share with you some things that have helped my students be successful when they're taking an online course. And hopefully you can incorporate these things into your own approach and be more successful with the classes that you take online. So first of all, uh, one of the tips that I found helps the most is to get into the habit of logging in every day. So when you're taking an online course, log in regularly, at least once a day. Online courses can be kind of tricky because you're not going to the classroom every day where the teacher is reminding you of things that you need to be doing. They're telling you when due dates are coming up. They're telling you what the reading assignments are. Um, so it can kind of have an out of sight, out of mind effect on a student when they're not going to class every day. So you need to find a way to replicate that in an online course. And the best way to combat that out of sight, out of mind effect is making a point to check in every day with the course and with your school email, because that's how your teacher is going to stay in touch with you. And that'll help you feel like you're going to class every day, and it will become part of your routine to check in and see what it is that you need to be doing, find out if your teacher has sent out any messages or posted clarifications, see if people have responded to your discussion posts, or remind yourself of what homework needs to be done. The next thing is to set aside work time every week for homework. So you're going to be at it for, 8 to 16 weeks in an online course, most likely. So you need to have a set time every week where you essentially go to class, and that's the time when you do your work, whatever the work is that you need to do. Whether it be attending Zoom meetings or watching videos or doing reading assignments or brainstorming for an essay or whatever it is that you need to do. So set aside a time every week for your homework. And whenever that time comes each week, sit down in a distraction-free environment. And I know that's kind of tough these days, but no phones, no TVs, no other people around. Make an environment where you can focus on what you need to do, and focus only on getting through that week's coursework. So that sounds simple, but the power of creating a habit like that should not be underestimated. Create that habit and then stick to it, and it'll become an open road for you to get to your destination, which is successfully completing the course and successfully getting your degree ultimately. The next one is break your work into pieces. Whenever you have a lot to do, and sometimes it can seem like there's a lot to do in an online class because a lot of the stuff that you'd normally be doing in the classroom is replicated through reading assignments and discussion forums and things like that. So it can sometimes seem like you have more work to do than you normally would. In reality, it's about the same. You're just experiencing it in a different way. So whenever you have a lot to do, don't let it overwhelm you. Break it into pieces and get, one or two pieces done each day. Taking a lot of work and doing it in smaller chunks relieves a lot of stress. And you'll feel good achieving your work goals every day, and you'll actually gain some momentum this way. Um, the next thing is that you want to keep a calendar of due dates. And that, again, is one that sounds simple and kind of obvious, but it's something that a lot of students don't actually do because they're accustomed to the teacher at the end of class saying, okay, don't forget to turn in your essays by midnight or whatever. Um, since you don't have that happening, you need to be doubly aware of when all of your due dates are. So each week, check all of the due dates for the assignments for that week, and then maybe mark them down in your phone's calendar or on the calendar on your tablet or your laptop. You can even set reminder alarms to remind you like the day before an assignment is due so that you don't forget and that you're able to stay on track and have enough time to get everything finished. Next is, if you get behind, don't wait to say something. This is one of the biggest problems that I think causes students to fail online classes is they get behind or they get overwhelmed and they feel isolated because they're not in the classroom, and they feel like they don't have someone to ask or talk to about it. So if you do get behind in a class, don't wait to say something. The longer that you're behind, the harder it is to catch up again. So in my years of teaching, I have never met a teacher that didn't want to help a student be successful. So letting a teacher know that you're having a hard time creates an opportunity for you and the teacher to collaborate on ways to improve your ability to be successful in the course. And that is vital because basically what you're doing is dealing with, a problem. You're dealing with cards that have fallen all over the table, and it seems like too big a job to pick them all up. Sometimes you need a little help, and that's what your teacher is there for. They're there to help you get back on track. They can come up with a plan for you, help you be more successful at making due dates or answer questions about things that you're confused about. So just because your teacher is not there in front of you in a classroom doesn't mean that they aren't there. They are, and they will help you get through this course. But you have to tell them that you're having a problem because, again, you're not in a classroom. If I'm in a classroom, I can look out and see my students and read their faces and see, okay, they're getting this information, they understand it, or, oh, they're not getting it yet, we need to spend more time on it. But I can't do that whenever it's online. I have to wait for you to tell me that you're having a problem, that you're falling behind, or that you're confused about something, or that you need a different sort of explanation for the assignment or concept. So don't be shy about it. Ask your teacher. They want to help you pass. I much prefer giving A's over giving F's. And if it's at all ever possible, I will work with a student to um, make sure that I get to give them a letter that I will enjoy giving them on their report card. All right. So these are the things that I found help the most. Like I said, some of them are kind of simple, but you'd be surprised at how many students don't initially do them, and they go through a sort of learning curve where eventually they realize they needed to be doing these things. So hopefully this video helps you get in on the ground floor of that right away as you're taking your college courses online, and you'll have these good study habits right away, and you won't have to worry about getting lost during the semester or falling behind or getting behind in your goals for your degree.